Mikel Arteta, he's great as a coach. You can watch him on the bench. Every single match, he's excited. He shows everybody his energy, and he translates that power to their team, to their players, and I can balance very well if you analyze their stats, amazing stats, offensively and defensively. He shows that character every single day, and if I can't speak because we have the experience to play against them 3 or 4 times. I don't remember very well, but it was very difficult, and they can keep the ball clearly without any problems, and we try to keep the ball all the times, every single match, but it was difficult every match against them. And when they are defending, they are great, the best team in Europe with any doubt, and they are comfortable defending very low, but also pressing hot and pressing high. And yeah, it's going to be an amazing final, exciting final. They are looking forward to playing that final, because the last final they lost, I was there as a supporter of FC Barcelona in Paris. I remember that with my son Pacho, and it was nice because Barcelona won. And I hope Paris can beat them, but it's going to be a crazy match, difficult, very tough match.
Well, it promises to be a cracking final, doesn't it, in Budapest between Arsenal and PSG. And we've been catching up with some former Gunners who know what it takes to win the league title.
They had one of the hardest starts in the Premier League history. The teams they had to play at the start of the season was mind-blowing. You know, no one has a start like that. You know, but people forget that. You know, and they had times in the season where they were good on the eye. And then as it got on, I didn't expect anything different. I didn't expect them to be entertainment and winning 4 and 5s, because the pressure on them to win this Premier League after finishing second 3 years on the trot was through the roof. And I just think, you know, they played a certain way. They got a team to play a certain way, and it's worked a treat, and they've won the league. And in 10 years' time, when people are talking about it, and they show in 20 years' time their grandchildren their medals, or 30, 40 years' time, it's going to have winner on the back.
The feeling is just incredible. It's just, you can't describe. You just, everything, the emotions and adrenaline and everything is just rushing through your body, because you've worked so damn hard. And the ups and downs in any season, you know, the setbacks and the pushing forward and the injuries and the great goals, the last-minute goals, or the last-minute goals that defeat you, and things like that, all mixture of emotion, and it comes out and you win it, and you just can't describe it. And then, for me, the fans as well, the connection of the fans as well, you're even more connected with the fans with this kind of emotion. Everyone's in there together. It's just... And because it was such a long time ago, I mean, it's just, you know, a lot of people can't remember last time Arsenal won the league, and now they can actually believe it, and it's actually here now.
David Seaman won 3 league titles at Arsenal, and he thinks the club could easily go on to win a lot more trophies under Mikel Arteta.
You know, the release of pressure now is going to be so great, you know, that I wouldn't be surprised if this team would go on to win more and more, because they've sampled it now. They know what it feels like, and the release of that pressure, because 3 seasons at coming second is normally a real positive, but a lot of people turned it into a negative. But it wasn't. It was always a progression for Arsenal, and we've gone one step further, and now we're in with a great chance of winning a really, really special double.
Well, Arsenal legend Thierry Henry posted this on his Instagram. He said, "From Highbury seats to the Emirates, Arsenal Nation, finally we can celebrate. Special thanks to this generation. Finally now my kids saw us winning a title." Arsenal being crowned champions last night spelled the end of Manchester City's title challenge in what is expected to be Pep Guardiola's final week at the club. He's refused to publicly comment on the expectation that his 10-year reign at City will finish on Sunday. Our reporter Ben Ransom is at the Etihad Stadium with more. But first, let's remind ourselves of exactly what Guardiola did say in his post-match press conference after the draw at Bournemouth.
Listen, with our club always I talk, but not now. So 3-4 seasons ago, when it was 1 year left, or we didn't extend, or that. Because the first you have to understand, you should talk with my chairman first, right? And after that, when I talk with my chairman, so we decide to have 1 more year. We talk everything, and we will decide. Always I said that when you are fighting for the titles qualification, the Champions League or Premier Leagues or FA Cups, is you decide for the reason you don't go. In the first moment there is a problem, the players don't follow you anymore. And you have to stay there. And always we talk with my chairman, when we talk Pep, what we're going to do, I said, let the season goes, and when it will be over, we will talk. But I think he deserved, right? And I deserve the first to talk about him. What do you have to do?
And Pep, you to the City fans tonight. They obviously love you. They'll be going to the game on Sunday wondering if it is the last time. And what do you say to those City's fans tonight?
Let me talk about my chairman. So I know they love me so much. I love you more. So I know that. So it's the best place to be. I love that place. So I adore it. So let me talk about my club, right? So even the people say I talk 1,000 million people in person, and just I was incredible focused on my job. So and when we are in the competitions, I'm there. I was there, and this is what I have to do.
The mood at the Etihad today, stark contrast to the scenes we've been seeing at the Emirates. Understandably so, after Manchester City came up short in their latest title challenge, and understandable when you consider the potential ramifications that Pep Guardiola's future is now very much back firmly in the spotlight. It's our understanding, sources have been telling us, that he has made his mind up and he will leave this summer, which would mean that the game against Aston Villa here on Sunday will be the final match that Pep Guardiola takes charge of Manchester City, even if the man himself stopped short of confirming that news last night when he spoke to our reporters straight after the game, and indeed in the post-match press conference. Obviously, Manchester City will want to manage this next transition. It's potentially seismic when you consider the impact that Pep Guardiola's had on English football and indeed on this football club. I mean, it's almost unrecognisable even from the one that he walked into in that summer of 2016. They've since won so many trophies, 17 of them major trophies under Pep Guardiola. This year they've done another cup double, so these are huge shoes to fill, and of course the club wants to make the send-off appropriate for someone who's brought such success. The fans will get that opportunity to say farewell at the weekend on Sunday when they turn up, and it'll be now fascinating to see when Manchester City, assuming there are no late U-turns from the manager, make this official announcement, and whether indeed the pre-match press conference this week is an opportunity for us to ask Pep Guardiola about his legacy and for him to talk about what this club has meant to him over the last 10 years. Then on Monday, the title race is done, the Premier League season will be done. Manchester City will host a celebration of their cup double, of the women's team winning the WSL title for the first time in 10 years, and of course what will inevitably turn into a huge farewell for the ever popular Pep Guardiola.
Well, it would be massive news, wouldn't it? And Guardiola's situation has even made it into Prime Minister's questions today, with the Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, who's a big Arsenal fan, making a remark about it.
Mr Speaker, it would be remiss of me not to comment on one of Manchester's great heroes, moving on after almost a decade. So let me congratulate Pep Guardiola on all his success at Manchester City. And, Mr Speaker, if I could declare an interest, I'd also like to say congratulations to Arsenal Football Club on becoming the Premier League champions.